Do you guys remember Martin Shkreli? He is the CEO of a questionable pharmaceutical company that recently purchased a drug that helps protect people from parasitic infections. Now, those with AIDS are particularly vulnerable to this infection because of their weakened immune system, and so it's really important that this particular drug is available at an affordable price. However, Martin Shkreli's company purchased the drug and took the price from $13.50 per pill to $750 per pill. Daraprim is the name of the pill, and unfortunately, he thinks that what he's doing is absolutely okay. And there's an update to this story. Apparently, he's on Tinder. You're a public figure. Maybe you shouldn't be on Tinder. But anyway, he was on Tinder, and he matched with a 22-year-old by the name of Eve. Now, Eve thought it was amusing that he was on there and thought that she could just ask him a few questions about his decision to increase the price of the drug. Then she shared their exchange to the media, and I'm about to share it with you. So she says, "How do you wish the media would have told the story?" And he's like, "Accurately would be nice. Haha." It was accurate. So your side of the story is that insurance companies would cover the additional cost by raising the price. You're putting the money back into research. And he says something like that. He's so full of shit. It's so obvious. I mean, to be honest, you did what so many big pharma heads do: privilege, profit over regard for human life. You just got called out on it. Capitalism is awful. So his argument was, well, I increased the price because all of the extra money that we make as a result of this will be funneled into a new research program to come up with a better drug. Although many other professionals in the healthcare industry said, this drug is as effective as it can be. We don't need a new drug for this. This is all BS, and all he wants to do is profit off of it. So him, responding to this woman kind of shows you that his intentions were completely disingenuous, and I have no respect for this guy whatsoever. But it is true. A lot of pharmaceutical companies do this. The only reason why he got publicity over this is because his price gouging was so egregious that people had to call him out on it. Hank, what do you think about this? Make your point.
Anna, find out who this girl is and get her on the show. She is. Yeah. I have so much respect for her, and honestly, if I were straight, I'd be like, oh my God, like, let's go on a date. Like, she seems like she's so on top of it, and I completely agree with her. She was like, wait a minute, I know this public asshole. I'm gonna give him a piece of my mind, because why not?
Yeah, I do love it.
And he's a fool for responding, because come on, you're a public figure. Anything you write or put out there will probably be decimated.
Why is he on Tinder? I mean, it just shows you how stupid he is. Charlie, make your point.
Yeah, Martin Shkreli, total douchebag. For his next trick, he'll take water, buy the rights to water, and then charge, which may solve our water shortage. But no, this girl had a great opportunity to really get, to the person of who he was. He bought this drug for parasitic infections. What she should have asked him is, have you taken the drug yourself? And then, as a consequence, did you die? Because he's a parasitic infection.
Oh, that's a great point.
See what I did
he
there?
Definitely is a parasite,
Genius.
as are many other pharmaceutical company CEOs, by the way. All right, well, if you could choose one type of medication that you can make free, which medication would it be, Hank?
You know what? The one that when I was a kid, Claritin used to require a prescription. Mm-hmm. I remember the day when it became a free-for-all. I mean, granted, it's not free, but that was such like, is this really happening? It reminds me of like, a couple of years ago when like weed got legalized. Yeah. All my friends who were potters were like, what?
Yes.
This thing was contraband. And so honestly, weirdly enough, I'm like a big fan of allergy medicine because I feel like it's a thing that a lot of people can use. And I think it should be distributed free like New York City condoms. You have an allergy, here you go. Because it's not something that can be really addictive. It's very useful. It's a common ailment.
Interesting.
Yes,
I would have not guessed that you'd go with allergy medicine.
I'm weird like that.
Charlie, are you gonna out weird Hank?
Well, I mean, I was thinking of what could I do? Could I think of like this cancer drug or something? But I didn't really know any. Yeah. And I figured there were too many to even choose from. So then I was like, oh, weed. We'll just make weed.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, here's.
But for free? Distributed for free?
Yes. First of all, it grows in the earth. So as a result, I think it should be free. It should be a public resource that everyone takes advantage of. But my reasoning isn't even because of that. I think that there is a huge problem in the country with opioid addiction, and that refers to painkillers. And so people keep getting prescribed these painkillers. They're very highly addictive. And as a result, people's lives get destroyed due to that. I mean, if you look at prescription pain addiction in the country, it's astronomical. If they had access to weed instead, I mean, first of all, marijuana is not chemically addictive. Some people do become dependent on it if they're smoking it constantly, but it's a much safer, healthier alternative than taking opioids.
Especially the chocolates.
Yes. Yes.
So just like how there are public water fountains, do you think there should be like public weed dispensaries?
Yeah.
Is there? I'm not a pothead now. Sorry, I'm just asking. I'm like, is there an age limit to how young one can ingest
here's
weed?
the thing. I think it should be free
18 and older.
medicinally. And also, here's another thing to keep in mind. There's a psychoactive component of marijuana, and then there's the non-psychoactive component of marijuana. And the non-psychoactive component helps a lot of young kids with things like seizures, right? So if they have epilepsy, it could help them with epilepsy. So it really depends on what their ailment is. But regardless, if you need it for medicinal purpose, it should be available to you for free. That's my take.
For fun, pay a little.
Yeah,
Help the
I agree.
cause.
Recreational is a little different, although I would make the argument that
Take
maybe
some free stuff too.
Amsterdam, right?
Yes,
Amsterdam.
yes. All right, guys. Well, tell us what you think. Which type of medication would you like to make free? Comment in the section below. Tell us what you think, and we'll see you soon.